Chapter 12, January 6, 1915. Caspar, Melchior, and Balthazar. The door to my room was locked. Yet I had planned to go skating that same morning. I surely would have been the envy of all my friends, for the skates, which Santa Claus had brought me, had never been used. Mama, however, took them away from me. Instead, she gave me a large piece of paper, a pencil, and thundered, "You'll write 100 times sacrilege and penitence." Clara was punished, too. She cried and raged for a while. Finally, she scribbled these 2 words over the entire sheet of paper. Mama permitted her to leave the room. I was locked in. I heard Mama say to Clara, "You may have a piece of liverwurst and go skating." "You can keep your old liverwurst," I thought, disgruntled. "I'll wish real hard for the ice to crack, but I won't write sacrilege and penitence, for I can't see any reason for it." I felt unjustly wronged, misunderstood, pitifully left alone. In my bitter sorrow, I remembered my only friend, and with a broken heart I confided the following sad story to my diary. Almost at dawn, Fanny had awakened Clara and me. She was irritated and urged us to dress in a hurry. "You little heathen," she said, "you would sleep till the day of doom. The family will return shortly from church, and the house must be in order before they arrive." I was too sleepy to argue or ask for an explanation. We were neither washed nor combed when Mama called us. We stumbled down the stairs and joined the Hoffmans at the entrance. Their grave faces startled me. Each of them, except Mama, had rosary beads wrapped around their hands. She carried a shovel on which incense was burning. Very solemnly she led the procession. With silent reverence we followed her into the house. She opened the door to Papa's library, the first room to the left on the ground floor. All bowed their heads. Mama made the sign of the cross with her shovel. Papa led a prayer. We fell on our knees. "Amen," said Mama, and wrote with a piece of chalk on the outside of the door, 19 km B15. Fascinated and completely bewildered, I gazed at these mysterious letters. Still, I knew better than to inquire about their meanings. Mama led us to Grandma's room, then to Franz, and to Felix's room. We ascended the stairs to the first floor, where she opened every door and repeated the same performance. We went even into the attic and finally down into the cellar. The whole house smelled like a church. Tiny clouds of incense floated through the air. From every door stared these obscure hieroglyphics, 19 km B15. The ceremony was over. While the family enjoyed breakfast, I wandered curiously from room to room. To my surprise, I found one door without these marks. A mistake, I thought, and welcomed the opportunity to repeat this impressive ceremony all myself. I permitted Clara to follow me, for I could not impersonate Mama and the procession at the same time. I had watched Mama place her shovel on the balcony. Luckily there were still a few grains of incense burning. I found also the piece of chalk. Clara wrapped Fanny's rosary beads around her hand. Mumbling, as if praying, and with the saddest expressions, we marched towards the forgotten door. We knew, of course, that it led to the toilet, but we could not understand why it had been overlooked. Exactly like Mama, I made the sign of the cross with my shovel. Clara sank to her knees and whispered some more. I said, "Amen," and wrote 19 km B15 on the door. Suddenly, Mama appeared. She slapped the piece of chalk from my finger, and with every blow on my hands she shouted, "Sacrilege." With a flow of angry words, she grabbed Clara and me by the back of collars and pushed us into our room. We stood frightened and bewildered. Shaking her finger furiously, she said, "Bad sins of angels cry, souls go to hell, do penitence," and again she repeated, "Sacrilege." Finally, she left us, slamming the door. Clara and I stared at each other, thunder-stricken. All on edge, we listened to Mama and Maria quarreling in the living room. Maria yelled at the top of her voice, "How could those children know that the 6th of January is the day of the Holy Three Kings?" "Huh," she scoffed, "who could have told them about the 3 wise men, or that we Bavarians bless our homes on this day?" Mama's voice was loud and angry, but I could only understand her repeat, "Sacrilege." "I'll tell you," exclaimed Maria, irritated. "Even the Prussians don't know that these letters on our door mean Caspar, Melchior, and Balthazar. Then she laughed. My boyfriend from Berlin thought we wrote, Casper magst din Bier. Which means Casper, do you want some beer? Mama, indignant, scolded Maria. Nevertheless, their argument didn't do me any good. I was locked into my room and told to write 100 times, sacrilege, and penitence. But the world can crumble to pieces before I will do it.